Welcome back to this week's edition of Sun News at Noon. I'm Martina Acuna.
And I'm Shaylee Penrod. Thanks for tuning in. It's time for Utah Tech student body elections. Student body president candidates are Carson Ray and Jose Terral Martinez. Now let's meet our student body candidates and hear their campaign platforms for the upcoming election.
My name is Jose and I'm running for student body president. So for the things that I'm running for are to improve more diversity, create a more open door policy, and then focus on student involvement. One of my goals are to represent all the students on the Board of Trustees as a diversity and represent more of a culture. We have really good representation right now, but I think it's beneficial if we have some, like a student voice that knows a little bit more about diversity on campus to help spread more awareness. Like I mentioned earlier, being from where I am and just having been here for a few years, I feel like I have the experience and knowledge to be able to represent the students and be the voice for them.
I'm Carson Ray and I'm running to be student body president. My platform points that I set out, I have 5 of them. My first one is I've labeled students first. And what that is I just want to make sure that the students are at the center of every discussion on campus. And my second one is we have started a conversation last year about building a new student center, new student union building is what we're calling it now. And I just want to continue that discussion. We have pretty good advancements so far. We've got a pretty good plan going together, but with the tuition and fee freeze with the state, we actually couldn't move forward with that this year. But I want to continue that for next year. It's definitely a need on campus for sure. And then my third one is the Student Initiatives Fund. What that is we have a large fund of money in an account that we use to help do campus improvements that students want. My fourth point is traditions. I want to obviously keep the campus traditions alive that we currently have, and I also want to make some new ones. Like I love Casino Night, Foam Dance, all those, I want to continue those. And then my last one is implementing good mental health practices across campus. We do have a mental health advocate on UTSA currently, and I want to hire a individual that was going to expand that position and implement some good practices, have good events, and all that type of stuff to help students. Because obviously, I mean, if you're struggling, it's going to be hard to, go to class all the time and do the best you can when you're not feeling right. You know what I mean? So I want to definitely have someone in that position that could improve that overall climate on campus. It's tough because the student body president, a lot of people are like, why does it matter? Why would we need someone in that role? And honestly, you do need a loud voice in the room because administration, they're going to have their meetings and they're going to do their thing. But if you don't have that person in the room that's a student and has that perspective and it doesn't share that perspective, then it's hard. Basically, it's hard for those decisions to be made with the student in mind. Does that make sense? And so I just think that I hope to be the loudest voice in the room to make sure that students are the focus and their needs are met for sure.
Polls will open Tuesday, March 7th at 1 p.m. and will close March 9th at 1 p.m. Student body winners will be announced Thursday, March 9th at 1:30 p.m. via Instagram. To keep up with student body elections and to see who wins, follow at Utah Tech Politics on Instagram. And to vote, scan the QR code visible on the campaign signs around campus.
March is Women's History Month. Women'sHistoryMonth.gov says it's a month for commemorating and encouraging the study, observance, and celebration of the vital role of women in American history. I asked students on campus to see how much they know about historical women and their important roles and achievements.
I'm gonna say Roosevelt. I'm not American though, so.
Michelle Obama.
I'm gonna say A.
Go with A.
Go with A.
I'll go with C.
I'm gonna say A.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with C. Oh, let's go.
A. B.
The last one.
It's Amelia, right?
C.
C. Okay.
Amelia Earhart. Oh, the last one.
Probably true.
I'm gonna go true.
That's true.
True.
So, yeah.
Utah Tech University's Student Resource Center will be putting on an event to celebrate Women's History Month. A movie premiere of Roll Red Roll will be shown on March 29th at 6 p.m. in the Dunford Auditorium.
Studying isn't always fun, but passing your exams are. Midterms are upon the students here at Utah Tech, which means there's a lot to study. So many students struggle with studying and don't know how to be efficient or effective. I talked with academic advisor Mindy Hickson, who has some helpful tips. Here's what she has to say.
Some things I would recommend, especially for your first midterm, is one, you need to be getting good sleep, 7 hours or more a night. Another is starting early, as in don't procrastinate, don't start studying a couple days before, especially with those you know ahead of time when they are. So start studying a week or two in advance, as well as making a study schedule. So you'll have multiple midterms. You want to make sure you give good time for each class. So creating that schedule will help you stick to it. So there's a few things you can do. One is called active recall, where you use things like flashcards or tests you've created, basically self-testing. Those help a lot with memorization and just seeing if you can look at a question and know the answer right away. You want to study with breaks. That's really important. So if you say you want to study for 30 to 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break, do that, a few rounds of that, then maybe take a bigger break. Just don't overkill it. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself time to retain the information. Another good way to study is to practice teaching others. Even your roommates who maybe don't have the same class as you, so they don't know anything about that subject. Practicing teaching them that subject will help you retain that information. Obviously, there's the library, there's the tutoring center. If you want tutoring in a specific subject, you can also check out study rooms if you want a quiet space, a guaranteed space to study, or even to study with others, so you're not interfering with other students. You can study or check out one of those study rooms.
I hope that with those tips and Utah Tech's many on-campus resources, you can study effectively this week. Good luck on your midterms, Trailblazers.
Don't Say Gay. A Utah lawmaker proposes a state version of Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. This bill would prohibit any discussion of sexuality, sexual orientation, and gender identity in kindergarten through third grade classrooms. Parents have complained that these topics aren't age or developmentally appropriate for their children. President of the Utah Tech LGBTQSO Club, Sarah Osler, says that students who are queer are working to become teachers or have kids in school will be affected by this bill. She says that classrooms should be a safe place and that this bill is coming from the false assumption that talking about these matters will turn someone queer.
Utah Tech University gives a variety of free handouts out on campus, but have you ever considered taking things from strangers can get you roofied? Here is Taylor Taft with more.
One life lesson we're taught as a kid is to never take candy from a stranger. With Utah Tech offering free treats, food, and drinks to students nearly every day, it wouldn't be hard to come across dangerous or unexpected substances through these seemingly trusted sources. I'm about to go fake roofie students on campus to test out this theory, to spread a message of awareness, and also to see what they're doing to stay safe and precautionary. Let's go. Have you ever considered that these free handouts could be someone trying to roofie you?
I mean, not the first thing I think of when I'm handed a piece of candy, but honestly, probably should be a little more careful.
What do you do to stay safe on campus or anything to be precautionary?
I mean, really, because I come from California originally, right? Compared to that, Utah's actually been pretty safe so far, so I'm not necessarily on high alert when I'm walking through campus and stuff, but
Next time you take a free handout, will you be more careful?
we have a really safe campus here at Utah Tech. So, but I guess from now on, I'll try and be more careful.
Have you ever considered that free handouts off of campus could be roofied?
Honestly, you have to take all precautions. You have to understand what you're getting handed. Don't take anything from anybody you don't know.
What do you do to stay safe and precautionary on campus?
Pretty much you just use situational awareness. You just be aware of what's going on around you. Not to the level of where you have paranoia, where people are out to get you. But, you just stay alert.
Will you continue to be careful and aware of your surroundings after this conversation?
Yes, like tying your shoes or riding a bike. Once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. You just be aware.
Have you ever considered that the free handouts on campus could secretly be roofied?
No, I don't think I have.
Why not?
Usually when someone hands me something, I'm just like, okay, cool, and takes it.
Great. What do you do to stay safe, or what do you do to take precautions while you are on campus?
I'll kind of walk in the same path that the campus police are on. I don't really think about anything when people hand me candy though. I'm just like, sweet, thanks.
Free candy.
Yeah.
For college students.
Sure.
Now that you guys continue on with your lives and campus continues to hand out free treats, are you gonna be a little more careful or considerate of who's giving it to you?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I reached out to Carly Myers, a student engagement coordinator at Utah Tech, to see what it takes to have a booth and how students are kept safe. Carly states that there are various departments across campus that must give approval to have a booth outside, including central scheduling, safety and risk management, campus dining, and facilities. All of these departments ensure a safe campus for students so fun things can continue to happen and fun stuff can be given out to students. For Sun News, I'm Taylor Taft.
I personally have never really considered that risk when I accept free handouts.
I hadn't either, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Now that we know, just keep those precautions in mind. Yeah. After the break, we will check in with Sydney Walls for Sun News Daily Weekly Weather Report.
Everyone loves a champion, someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We have provided over 2 million safe sport trainings. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Happy March, Trailblazers. My name is Sydney Walls, and this is your weekly weather forecast. I know many of you are hoping for spring weather to kick in. Well, good news, we are finally seeing nicer weather. Friday and Saturday, we see those temps hanging in the 50s with sunshine on Friday and some afternoon clouds on Saturday. Sunday, we see the high reach 60 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Partly cloudy Monday through Wednesday and temps in the mid to upper 50s. Thursday, we see those temps drop with afternoon showers possible. If you've been here in St. George for a while, you know that the temps usually aren't this cold in early March. Temps have been below average so far this year. As you can see, the outlook has all of Utah below average. By early March, temperatures are normally around the mid 60s. As you know, we've been consistently in the mid 40s to low 50s. Hopefully we see those temps continue to rise as we approach spring break. This has been a week of weather with Sun News Daily. After the break, we'll check in with Jake Palmer for our Trailblazer Athletics.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job, it's our promise.
Does your heart ever want to escape? Just to see what your eyes are looking at? The land of anticipation is calling. Rise to it.
Welcome back. Utah Tech men's basketball team just wrapped up a Texas two-step over the weekend, spooning the 2 games they played. The Blazers beat the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley in their first win against a WAC opponent on the road this season. Due to a couple players being sidelined with injury, there were some newer faces to the squad that stepped up to play. Freshman guard Ajon Anderson hit 2 3-pointers to the Blazers, and freshman Trevin Snowdy gave 15 valuable minutes diving for loose balls, chasing down rebounds on his birthday. Utah Tech would end up winning 88-81. Last night, Utah Tech had an enormous win over Seattle University in the Burns, winning 93-56. Before this game, Seattle was the 4th-ranked best team going into the WAC tournament. With that loss, the Red Hawks will drop down to the 5th-ranked team going into the tournament. Friday will be the last game of the regular season for the Trailblazers, taking on Grand Canyon University Lopes. The team will also be recognizing the seniors who will be graduating after this season, guard Cameron Gooden and forwards Jacob Nichols and Dancel Leader. These seniors have meant a lot to the team this season and have made their mark on Utah Tech forever. This season, Gooden became one of 9 players to surpass 1,000 points as a player here, and Nichols played more games than anyone else in a Trailblazer jersey. Utah Tech will be heading down to Las Vegas to compete in the WAC championship starting next Tuesday. Utah Tech women's basketball team is also finishing up their season this week. They suffered a loss to Grand Canyon University in the Burns on Tuesday and will head to Orem to face up against Utah Valley tonight at 6 p.m. The Blazers are 9-8 on the year in the WAC and will commence their WAC tournament play this next Monday, March 6th, in Las Vegas. Brianna Gillen, Brooke Vance, Emily Isaacson, and Maggie McCord will all named to the 2022-2023 CSC Academic All-District Team. The WAC championships for the Utah Tech swim team were upon us last week, and the Blazers came up big. There were several top 3 finishes across multiple events in the tournament last week. Junior Pia Murray struck gold, winning first in the 200-yard backstroke, setting a school record with a minute and 56 seconds. Murray won 3 individual gold medals and swam a leg on one of Utah Tech's gold medal winning relays. But that's not all. The Blazers swim team is full of medal winners this time around. Sophomore Allie Boynton took home 2 individual silver medals, one of them being behind her teammate Murray in the 200 back. Over the course of 4 days of competition, the Trailblazers collected 10 medals, including 4 gold. They finished 4th overall, which is the best outing since they joined the Western Athletic Conference 3 seasons ago. But swim wasn't the only Utah Tech program that got down to business at the WAC championships. The Blazers track team broke 3 school records at the event this past week. Sophomore Kylie Bishop set the new record for the high jump, while sophomore Addie Watt got herself a new record and personal best for the 800 meter. The Blazers relay squad also set a new record, and the team overall had many players that saw personal bests in their event. This is all for indoor track and field, but the first outdoor meet will be held here at Utah Tech University in the Greater Zion Stadium, March 10th and 11th. A lot of stuff going on around Utah Tech, guys, but 40-point win last night for the men's basketball team. I'm really excited to go to the game and watch senior night next week. How about y'all?
I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. Every game I've gone to, I've had funnel fries, and I plan to have them again.
I'm super excited too. I feel like I haven't been to as many this year, and I definitely want to go to the last one.
It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, between swim and track and basketball, I'm so proud of all of our sports teams here. I can't wait to see what's coming.
It's been a great season. And that's all for this week's edition of Sun News at Noon.
Thanks for tuning in.
We will see you here next week at the same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.